Strasbourg. Summer of 1518. It began like any other morning. The marketplace was filled with merchants, children, and families going about their daily lives. Nothing seemed unusual. Then, without warning, one woman stepped into the street and started dancing. At first, people smiled. They thought she was celebrating or simply entertaining the crowd. But hours passed, and she never stopped. As the sun began to set, exhaustion covered her face. Her clothes became dusty, her movement slower, yet somehow, she kept dancing. When morning arrived, she was still there. The laughter had disappeared, replaced by confusion, fear, and disbelief. Doctors examined her. Priests prayed over her. But no one could explain what was happening. Then something even stranger happened. Another person suddenly began dancing. Soon another joined, then another. Before long, the strange dance spread across the marketplace. Families cried as guards struggled to control the growing chaos. What had begun with one woman was becoming something the entire town feared. Within days, dozens of people were trapped in the same relentless dance. Some collapsed from exhaustion while others continued dancing around them as though they couldn't stop. Desperate for answers, the town officials searched for anything that might end the nightmare. According to historical records, musicians were brought in, hoping the dancers would finally wear themselves out. Instead, the music seemed to make the strange event even more intense. A stage was built, believing the dancers needed more room rather than restraint. But nothing seemed to stop what had begun. Families begged their loved ones to come home, yet many simply continued dancing. With every failed attempt, the town turned more and more toward faith. Finally, the authorities made one last decision. The exhausted dancers were taken away from the city and brought to the shrine of St. Vitus, where priests performed religious rituals and prayed for their recovery. Slowly, something changed. The dancing finally began to stop. One by one, the survivors collapsed into exhausted relief after days of constant movement. Families embraced loved ones they feared they might never see again. Together, the survivors quietly made the long journey back towards Strasbourg. Life slowly returned to the marketplace. Merchants reopened their stalls, children once again filled the streets with laughter, and the town slowly found peace. Weeks later, Strasbourg looked normal again, but no one forgot what they had witnessed. As the years passed, the story of the mysterious dancers was shared from one generation to the next. The very street where everything began became just another ordinary part of the city, hiding an extraordinary history beneath every step. More than 500 years later, historians still debate what truly caused the dancing plague of 1518.